Piped up. Episode 3. Happy New Year, mate.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. Right, mate. In this episode, we're going to cover the biggest news stories in the industry right now.
The government is reported to be considering a new £30 a year charge on households with gas boilers.
We're going to be mixing it up with the installation expertise, and instead of just nightmare installs, James is going to do a tool review.
You can literally just lift it up and it will move into the next position.
He's going to share his latest hack.
It's a game changer.
And as we've been blowing up across socials, we're going to shout out some of the comments that we've received. That's supposed to be an insult, but it's like, is it insulting? Let's get into it, mate. Right, first up, the news, man. So have you heard about this new... Sorry, I'll say that again. Have you heard about this new trade... Fucking hell, I can't say it.
It's a heavy New Year.
Have you heard about this new theft of trade tools sentencing law?
No, I haven't actually.
No.
Which is a good thing.
Yeah, mate. We'll check this little video out first, and then we'll get into it.
In different ways and indeed in different backgrounds and sectors. During an interview on Fix Radio, the Builders station, yesterday, I was told that men in the construction industry are 4 times more likely to die by suicide. And one of the biggest causes of stress and anxiety for tradesmen is tool theft. And that's why I want to thank my honourable friend for Portsmouth North, who's been like a dog with a bone on this issue. I promised Clive Holland, the host of Fix Radio, that I'd pass on this message to the House. He said, I'd love to stand up at that dispatch box and speak to all the people in Parliament, and I'd grab them by the lapels and say, get it through, just get it through, it's crucial, we all need this industry, we'd still be living in caves without the skills of our industry. And he is absolutely right, and that's why we're very lucky to have my honourable friend from Portsmouth championing this issue on behalf of that industry.
Progress, mate.
Yeah.
Progress.
Got to be done.
Yeah.
I've actually had my van done twice.
What, broken into?
Yeah.
Have you?
Yeah, so about 15 years ago, I had a Vivaro and it was in Southend, and they broke the door mechanism off, and you can just put your hand in and undo it, and all they took was a drill. I had loads of gear in there, but I didn't own a lot back then. I'd had like more limited stuff to what I have now. I just took a power drill, and then I had my van. I've got a Transit. Well, I did have a Transit, and they just drill in the side of the door. When I was in London, I left it in Tottenham. They drill in the side of the door, but they didn't actually get into it. Someone spoke to them. I had deadlocks as well, and they went to bend my deadlock out, and I came out. And luckily, they didn't get into that because I had a lot of gear in it that time. But yeah, just obviously drilled in the side, because that's what they do on the Transits. They just know exactly where to drill. They put a screwdriver in, they pop it, and it just undoes the central lock in. They're in and out quickly. And if you've got deadlocks, that don't really stop them either, because they'll just bend all your doors open and things.
Mate, it's horrendous, isn't it?
Yeah, in and out. They go around like in some car parks, big retailer car parks and stuff. They sit and like wait for people to go in the shops, and they're like an organised unit. And they sit in the car parks and they have like scouts walking around to see if anyone's near the van. They pull up, jump out, bang, they're in and out. So yeah, it's a hard one. Like your tools for everything.
This law, what they're going to be doing is they're changing the sentencing guidelines, right? Because at the moment, it's treated as like just petty theft.
Yeah.
As if you're just like shoplifting or something like that.
Yeah.
But the reality is you're fucking up people's lives, and there's someone's livelihood.
I'll tell you what they've got to do. They've got to stop the markets. Like in London, there's just like whole tool markets of like people like Eastern Europeans that have like just completely, it's just all you can see for about a mile is just tools all out on the floor.
Well, all nicked.
All stolen,
Are
clearly.
they?
Yeah, they're all stolen. Like,
Yeah.
Where are they going to get all these tools from? All these fans pulled up with just tools all over the floor. They're blatantly all stolen. So
and
they should go to these markets and shut them down.
Well, the problem at the moment is when they do then arrest people, they're then getting like really light sentences because they're just treating it as like petty crime.
Yeah.
As if you've just gone and like nicked a packet of sweets from fucking Tesco's or something. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Which is obviously not what it is. So what this new law does is it changes the sentencing guidelines to treat it effectively as like livelihood theft. So as if you're like stealing someone's livelihood, because if all your tools get nicked, you can't work, right?
Yeah, exactly.
And so they have to. So what they're then going to be doing is then factoring in
it's a lot of money as well.
It's a lot of money for the tools, right? But then at the moment, like what they don't even start to consider is the loss of earnings. when they're looking at like how much damage this crime has caused, they don't factor in the loss of earnings at the moment, but that's what they're going to be doing going forward.
Right.
So they'll actually be able to look, and also like the mental pressure that it puts people under. Because if you have all your tools stolen, you can't work.
And a lot of stuff's irreplaceable. As people will know out there, like engineers, like you get certain tools, you're just like sentimental, you know?
Yeah. Well, sentimental value. But I think the big, I mean, I don't know because I don't have any tools.
See, like they mainly take power tools, which for me, like, aren't that sentimental. You can just go buy another power tool, but it's your hand tools that I'd say are more like all your like certain spanners and little socket sets and certain screwdrivers. They're the harder ones to replace because some things are old and come out and you can't get them again. Whereas a power tool, you could just go buy the same power tool. Obviously, they're more expensive, the power tools.
Yeah, but, So I think what the law does, the change in the law will do is factor in more the cost of the tools, but also the cost of the loss of earnings. So like if you have all your tools nicked, you effectively can't work. So then you're under immense amount of pressure because you can't pay your bills. It's going to damage like your life.
How are they catching these guys though?
I have no idea, and that isn't what this is, man. I don't know how they're
saying that's going to be the law.
Yeah, because obviously Parliament can't, I think, do anything necessarily to catch more people, right? But what they can do is make it when they do catch them, so they actually get properly punished for it. Whereas at the moment they don't. But it seems like a positive step, right? They need to get it through.
Hopefully it slows it down because the repercussions are more serious.
Yeah, I think that's the idea behind it, and then we'll have to see. And if it doesn't, then they'll need to do more, wouldn't they?
Yeah, they will, Start leaving booby traps.
Yeah, man.
You see them videos where like people are waiting in the van, they break in the van, there's like geese in there.
You should do that. Mate, people should do that. Just grab them, drag them in the van, take them.
Yeah, straight.
Oh, mate, right. Should we
Fight you for it.
Should we talk about this new boiler penalty charge?
Yeah.
Callum, have you got that article on the boiler penalty charge?
Also, guys, in the comments, if anybody's had their vans broken into and ways that you think it might be able to be stopped, like I know sometimes I always park up against walls and I always leave my van in sight. I know a lot of the lads that have them done, they're like people that are staying away in hotels and stuff and they leave their vans out in hotels because they're working away and stuff. Got any ideas how you think it can be slowed down? How you think like we can try and stop this from happening? Little tips, obviously, for other tradesmen. I know some people put like little alarm sensors in their vans and stuff. I know deadlocks are a good ones. But yeah, any comments, guys? That'd be great.
Yeah, spot on, mate. Right, should we talk about this new gas boiler penalty charge?
Yeah.
So the government is reported to be considering a new £30 a year charge on households with gas boilers, with the money used to help make heat pumps and other low-carbon heatings cheaper to run. The proposal is linked to a warm homes package worth about £15 billion, including grants and low-interest loans for upgrades like installations, solar, heat pumps. But critics are saying that the gas boiler tax like this would just hit lower-income households hardest, with the uptake of low-carbon solutions being mostly within higher-income households. It seemed pretty unfair, to be honest with you.
Yeah, man. I mean, £30 don't sound like a lot, does it? But it's just like another tax, isn't it?
Just more tax.
Yeah.
Just more tax.
Another tax. So a tax on boilers to pay for heat pumps.
Yeah.
And then but then the people that are currently mostly installing heat pumps are like better off people. So effectively, if you do this, you're taxing everyone to fund better off people
of course,
to have heat pumps installed. Not sure about it, man. Do you reckon it will go through?
Probably. They'll probably start it's just they could try and get any money they can to push the whole the green agenda, wouldn't they?
I mean, that is this existing government's mandate, I think. So
they've got to start getting the money from somewhere, haven't they? Because it's
Yeah. Well, I mean, they obviously did have the levy on electricity bills, which they've removed, which is in some ways a good thing, in some ways a positive, because obviously it reduces electricity bills for everybody, but then they've got to, like you say, find the money from somewhere else. So they're apparently then going to stick it on gas bills.
Yeah.
We'll see. Well, here's a bit of good news. Ed. Here's a bit of good here's a bit of good news, though, depending on how you look at it. We've got another article here talking about the drop in energy price cap from April. Have you heard about this?
No.
So the lowdown is that millions of households could see energy bills fall from April, with analysts at Cornwall Insight forecasting an 8% drop in Ofgem's price cap. That would cut the typical dual fuel bill by about £138 per year, down to roughly £1,620. The lowest cap level since September of 2024. The forecast is linked to policy costs being shifted off bills and into general taxation, though experts warn that the costs don't really disappear, they're just being moved around. And longer term grid investment could potentially push bills up again later.
So we're going to be saving some money, finally.
Yeah, every little helps, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely. And obviously £138 a year is average. Obviously bigger houses are going to be saving more. It's good. It's good to see, at least they're doing some of the things that they said that they were going to do, which,
Yeah.
I do think they said that they were going to reduce energy bills by £300, which obviously hasn't happened. But, getting a reduction, I think, is good. It's good for everybody. Everyone's got a little bit more money in their pockets.
Yeah.
Maybe they can invest it into then upgrading their heating systems a little bit and making it even more efficient. Who knows?
Yeah. Do a bit more shopping for the old fridge and that,
That's it. How are you finding when you're out there speaking to people, like with energy bills and stuff like that? People generally fine with them, or
people don't really moan that much to me about stuff like that. No, they're just like, a lot of the time I'm going around there, I'm just sort of like fixing people's heating, and so they're just happy that it's going to be back on. Yeah. So I know a lot of people aren't happy with the government.
Yeah.
I've got a lot of customers I go around, like at first, like it's a lot of educated people as well, like they start chatting to me about the country and things, like they slowly get into it and then they start having a bit of a rant and things.
Yeah.
So I just sort of listen and
then fix their stuff and
fix their stuff and crack on.
Nice, man. Well, I think this is a positive anyway. Like I say, it's a good bit of news for now. Obviously, the longer term grid investment, like we've spoke about before, is always going to be required for this transition anyway. So it is going to have to be paid for somehow. So at least in the immediate short term, there's going to be a bit of respite for people and a little bit of reduction in their bills. And then we'll have to see what happens in future. But yeah, for now, I think that's a positive. Now, this one, right? Do you remember that 5-day plumbing course I told you about last time? Yeah, so we said it looked like a recipe for disaster.
I thought that said exploded then for a second. I was going to say.
We said it looked like...
Pipework explodes. Exposed.
We said it looked like a recipe for disaster, right?
Yeah.
Well, this now is the Daily Mail have actually done an investigation on it.
Right. He's even got a cowboy hat on.
Tell us about this one, Callum.
Yeah, so the Daily Mail managed to find a 5-day crash course in plumbing and is accused of churning out cowboy tradesmen after a Daily Mail undercover investigation. The course runner's Plumbers Gold Mine Academy reportedly charges £395 and claims beginners can gain the equivalent of years of experience in under a week. The Mail says trainees were taught sales tactics as much as practical skills, including advice to vary prices depending on the customer and even pretend to check with an office when quoting. The Chartered Institute of Plumbing and Heating Engineer has warned plumbing is a high-skill profession requiring a 4-year apprenticeship and says fast-track courses aren't recognised qualifications.
Especially a week.
Huh?
Especially a week course.
Oh, mate, £395.
How much can you learn in a week? I've seen some of the videos where they're like online where there's like a jig and there's a load of speed fit fittings and they're like stop the leak and have to sort of like adjust a few pipes and then get a cap on a certain pipe and things.
Well, is that from this course?
I'm not sure.
Or
I think it was, yeah.
Yeah, so I mean, obviously we said it looked bad, but I wasn't expecting the Daily Mail to get in there with an undercover investigation.
Obviously, you've got to walk before you can run, and people doing 5 days worth of plumbing and going out there and trying to do bits in people's houses, it's only going to end one way, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. And like the Chartered Institute for Plumbing and Heating, like they've said, it's like a 4-year apprenticeship, right? Like 4 years you need really to be able to be properly competent.
Yeah.
Not just a week. Like madness, man.
Yeah.
Madness. But yeah, I was shocked to see that because obviously we were talking about it, weren't we? Because it was popping up all over like social media. I was just seeing the videos and I was like, this looks dodgy.
I reckon they've had some things go wrong, so people have been like reporting them and stuff. So,
they must have, but for the Daily Mail to get in there, I thought it was pretty good, man. Like pretty good little expose for the Daily Mail. That was interesting to see. Is there a video on there, Callum?
Yeah, I was going to say, I've got the video downloaded if you guys want to
Yeah.
react to it. Yeah.
The fact, mate, he's wearing a cowboy hat in a cowboy plumbing course video.
I know. Unless they've AI'd it, he's really not done himself any favours, is he?
Those jobs.
Correct.
Leave those jobs for those cheap jobs.
Oh, look, this is the thing, look, with the jig.
Oh, you've seen that?
Yeah, I kept seeing it online.
We teach you like some tips and tricks, like how to get even paid better. We aren't focused on the repair and the skill of the plumbing. You don't want to learn the skill and get 50 pounds for a toilet flush.
Correct.
But your aim should be way higher.
Higher.
You say 500 pounds to someone who could afford it, and you think it's it should be like a normal amount for them. You want to work for British people, not for Pakistanis, Afghans, Bangladeshi Asians. You don't want to do that. It's headache, always headache. They don't give you money.
Madness.
Stage a call to their manager.
But there's no boss, there's no office, there's no manager.
Yeah.
All you do. But these are the things how you can get like the best prices.
He's like the Wolf of Wall Street here, look, in
Like this guy,
the plumbing game.
even like whatever. Try to get a better deal, and then they're gonna agree. There's 300 pounds in 2 hours. You can do that. No, he could do even more.
No, yeah.
But you have to learn to upsell, to sell yourself.
Well, exactly. Well. I mean, really, it's way more of a how to make money course, or like kind of feels a bit like how to scam people out of their money course than it does feel like a plumbing course, right?
Yeah.
So we don't really teach you plumbing here. We just teach you how to scam people out of hundreds of pounds.
Pretend calls to your manager and stuff. Boss, I've got a big one here.
Like quoting them 500 quid and then maybe offer them a discount, and it's like not even worth 50 quid. Like, what are you doing, man? Fucking hell. Oh, I wonder if they're still going. I bet they are. I bet they haven't even been shut down.
Yeah, probably. Probably in London as well.
Mate, yeah, they're probably just still at it. Nothing will probably happen about it. But that's just the way of the world, isn't it, mate? At least people know about it
Yeah,
now.
they'll get figured out.
Right, that's the news, man. Should we move on to some real world hands-on shit?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, like I said earlier, this episode, I've just got one nightmare install for you to look at. Want to hear one of the most cost-effective or most beneficial hacks? And I want to get you to review one of your millions of tools, man.
Yeah.
So up first, let's do a nightmare install, shall we? Right. So James, tell me, what's wrong with this cylinder? Fuck, I can't talk today, mate. I've got to get my words out.
It's the new year.
Right, let me go again. What's wrong with this cylinder install?
Yeah.
How would you fix it? And what would it cost?
Let's have a look.
You gotta love it when idiots do things like this.
It's actually a burner. It's not a cylinder.
Oh,
This is beyond dumb.
I'm sure there's a cylinder that
It's
pops
an
up somewhere.
atmospheric burner. And from what I can sound, it sounds like it's earthing out. There's a cylinder there at the back.
Yeah, that's what I
But
thought.
I
it was
don't
to do
think
with
they're
the cylinder.
connected. I'm not sure what he's showing there. It's quite hard to see from the video, but I can see from the verse video there's a burner of some sort, like atmospheric burner, and it sounds like the electrode's just earthing out. Like maybe someone's got it touching one of the burner tubes. It's just sparking out continuously. I can't actually see too well, but that's the main issue, is that it's
Yeah.
not lighting.
It's not a very long video, is it? But so like, is that dangerous then? Because by the sounds of what he's saying in the little clip, it seems like he seems like properly shocked by it. So
I
I'm
can't
wondering-
see that well from the video.
Can't
Like
see,
it is,
yeah.
it's not the most HD. All I can see is like I could just see an atmospheric burner, and it's not lighting.
Right. So assuming that is the issue, atmospheric burner that's not lighting, how would you fix that?
You'd have to just diagnose it. You'd have to, like, obviously, have a look at the ignition assembly first, check all the gas valve, just do your general diagnostics that you'd usually do.
Fair play.
Yeah.
And then once you've done that,
and once you get it all going, all the little flame, all the flames would light. It's a nice feeling.
is that should all be lit up along there?
Yeah, so all them little tubes, it's quite blurry, but all those little singular tubes, they're like burner tubes that run along, and then gas goes into them, they light, and the flames go up, and there's a heat exchanger above that.
Okay.
Maybe that boiler's connected to
Do
the
we
cylinder.
have those here in the UK, or is it more an American thing?
Give loads of those, like old resoners and stuff. I work on loads of them.
Oh, okay. Fair
Yeah.
play.
They're old, but they're quite good old. There was quite robust, good old burners.
Yeah. So then to fix something like that, what sort of cost are we talking?
It's hard. I always find it hard to say. I'm not too sure. Like maybe £500, could be more.
Yeah.
It's hard to say without looking at it and just looking from a video and knowing what's wrong.
For sure, mate.
Obviously, I'd go out, call them, charge them for a diagnostics, and then depending on how severe it is, without looking, you can't really tell. There could be a problem with heat exchanger or something. When the burner juice could be split, you never know until you start stripping it down.
Yeah.
So
fair play though. Sounds good. I actually didn't know what it was. I saw the cylinder. I think, I guess, quite old.
I'm sure some people in the comments will say what's wrong with the cylinder, but I can't see too well from the video at the moment. It's quite far away from me. It's a little bit blurry, but any obvious things in the comments, guys, that I've missed, feel free to put it in there. That'd be great. It's nice to get everyone involved.
Definitely, mate.
Click and subscribe and follow as well, guys. Piped Up Podcast.
Right, should we do an installation hack next? Yeah. So I know you like to work smart, man, and save time, and find clever little ways of doing things, and just always looking for the next little tip or hack, or just to make your life easier and to improve what you're doing, right?
Yeah.
So tell me, mate, what's your latest hack?
Latest hack?
Whoa. I ain't
sorry.
finished, man. What's your latest hack? Why aren't more installers doing it? What's the actual benefit?
Well, it's not really an installation hack. It's just more of a hack, and it's a really simple thing, and it's just something I got into about a year ago when I started doing more and more domestic bits, and it's just silicone spray. And it's just spraying valves before isolating them, like service valves. Just spray in the middle before you put your screwdriver in and twist it. Or one that's good is magnetic filter valves. Like when you go to isolate a magnetic filter on a boiler and the valves all start dripping, just spray them with silicone spray first, and then it lubricates the spindle, and the little silicone particles help seal it, and the valve just doesn't start dripping. Yeah. So it just saves you so much bollocks, basically, because a lot of the time when you go to shut valves off, they start dripping, and then you put them back on, they're still dripping, and you've got to drain down and take valves off, because some manufacturers' valves on cylinders and some cheap service valves and stuff, when they get old, they just start to drip and leak. So just a real easy, handy little tip that someone showed me, one of my friends, Goody, who's a real good engineer. Just spray your valves first with silicone spray. You can get WD-40 version or just Centre Brand's own version from Wolseley and things, and it's a game changer.
Nice.
So yeah,
nice one, mate.
It'll save you a lot of ag.
Yeah, blinding. Top little tip there, mate.
Yeah. So
should we do a tool review?
Yeah.
You ready for this? So, mate, I know obviously what we were talking about earlier. You spend a small fortune on tools, right? So for me, as somebody that doesn't own any tools, I want to know, is it worth it? That's really what
every
I want to know.
Every tool's worth it, apart from the one that I got gunned down on.
So what you got? What you got for us?
So I've got a couple here, and they're just real basic things. One of them.
Let me see it.
Is I thought this would be relevant because how many radiators you sell. It's basically just a rad key, but it's monument, and it has.
So tell me then, what does it do?
Right,
and it looks like a very low cost one. So this isn't.
Listen, it's like £3, and someone showed me this recently, and it's just such a handy little thing to have. Obviously, it's a bleed key, which everyone knows about. Bleeding your radiators for air, everyone has them. But this one has all the slots for your lock shields on. So instead of having to keep getting a mini spanner, you can literally just get this rad key. It goes onto your lock shield, and it has all the different slots, and it has just a nice couple of finger bits, and you can twist it and balance your lock shields or shut your lock shields. If you want to have a look, Rob. It's a real basic little £3 tool, but it's well worth the money.
Lovely, mate.
Oh, you can have my Joker spanner. And then...
so wait, tell me then.
Yeah.
What does it do? How much does it set you back? And is it actually worth the money?
This or the Radkey?
This.
Right, so this is quite expensive. It was about £65-70 for one spanner, which is expensive, but it's Weira, which are one of my favourite brands. Shout out to Weira. And it's just called a Joker spanner. It's the 24 to 19 version, and it fits on 15mm, and it just basically... It's just a real nice little spanner. I kept seeing people use these online, and then I bought one. And you just put it on the fitting, and instead of having to keep undo it every time, you just like sort of lift it up. It loosens itself like a ratchet, and then you can keep going down. So, do you mind passing me one of your fittings, Rob?
Oh, sorry, mate. One of these ones.
Yeah. Anyone will do with a 15mm nut.
They're not fixed on.
I'm just going to pretend like basically.
So, but they're fixed onto the shelf.
Oh, fixed onto the shelf. No way. So yeah, basically you just don't have to keep taking your spanner off. You can just keep and when you're in little spaces and the amount of leverage on the bar, the length of it, it's just a real nice spanner to have for like doing compression and bits like that. Oh yeah, lovely. Top man. So yeah, like literally just goes onto your nut, and then like. Instead of having to keep undoing the spanner, you can literally just lift it up and it will move into the next position.
Oh, nice.
So like a bit like a ratchet. That was a poor demonstration, but most people have these already probably, and if you don't, they're quite expensive, but it's a real
How much
nice,
are they?
I think about £69-70.
Oh, okay.
But it's just a real nice little handy thing to have.
And I think I know the answer, but is it worth it?
It's definitely worth it for me. I just love tools. So yeah, it's a real nice little tool.
Quality, mate.
Joker, Weira spanner, 24 to 19. You've probably seen them on YouTube videos, but yeah, lovely tool.
Nice. So, I wanted to do a little bit of audience engagement, man.
Yeah.
Check out some of the comments. Obviously, we've been blowing up across TikTok.
Yeah.
We're getting tons of views, tons of comments, obviously, for a
We're
brand new...
getting all that love.
Brand new show. Yeah, to be honest with you, that vast majority of everything that we're getting is just positivity, mate. Likes,
I know there was
shares.
one controversial one with the pipe cutting.
There is a little
with the pipe
couple of controversial ones there, but like first
I want to
up,
say a little piece about this one as well.
We'll get onto that one, but first up, let's check out the comments on Octopus versus British Gas.
Yeah.
Cheers, Callum.
Can you not zoom into my face that much, please?
No. It's just the comments.
God, look at that hairline.
So some of the comments on Octopus versus British Gas was where we were talking about the kind of little war that British Gas and Octopus were having over their marketing claims. Some of the comments on here. First one, I wouldn't get a heat pump even if it was free. Fair play. I think is there a reply to that one?
Someone's put, I have a heat pump, it's very noisy.
I wouldn't have one if they paid me £1,000. Okay.
I have a heat pump, but it's very noisy. My neighbours complain to the local council. One little bit of advice is from somebody that used to do air conditioning. It might just be you've got a dirty outside condenser. So you just need to get a hose, gently spray down the outside condenser. You've probably got a little bit of air in there and the fan's running a bit harder. So they shouldn't be that noisy.
Good advice, man. This is too long. I can't read all that. Heat pumps are great, but they need to be fitted correctly, which is not easy, and then put with solar and batteries to really get the payback. Not for everyone, that's true. Fair point. That's about MCS. That's what you were talking about recently, about like the process for getting grants and stuff like that. Guys saying MCS needs to be simplified so anyone can do it without the mental admin. That's a fair point.
Apparently it's unless you're like quite established and you've got a real good team behind you, there's a lot of admin you've got to do. So if you're a one-man band doing them, it's a bit of a drag.
Keep scrolling, Callum. Well, this one, £7,500 grant, 15k quote for me, totally overpriced. It will be the new PPI scandal in a few years, this guy's saying.
Be the new PPI scandal in a few years.
Is this a reply? So, is there any grants for double glazing? We have a house that is double on one side and single on the other. And then, we replied to that to say there is actually funding available under the Warm Homes Local Grants Scheme. I believe it depends on your local council as to what they will do, but worth checking out. That is definitely worth checking out for people because there is actually other funding available. It's just not as widely publicised, like for different kinds of energy saving like measures. Right, should we take a look at what people are saying on heating tips to save money?
Yeah.
So this is where we were talking about our kind of top tips for saving some money on your heating bills this winter.
Yeah.
There's some handy comments in here, like some useful tips from other people. What's this one saying? Switch off the automatic timer, turn on the heating when you want it instead. The house won't be heating when you're out. With programmed times, you're often out while the house is nice and warm for nobody. Controversial, man, saying don't use the timer.
Yeah, but surely if you set the timer for when you're in, then it's only going to be on when you're in.
Exactly.
Like,
if you're on a pretty regular schedule for when you're in and out, it works well, doesn't it?
Yeah, of course it does.
But if you're just sporadically out randomly, then maybe it won't work. But
in new builds though, like you can just literally they're so well insulated and it heats up so quickly. Like when I lived in my new build for like years, I never had my timers set, and I'm a heating engineer. I literally should just get in and press manual, and then just turn it off when I wanted it off. I just had it done on the thermostat instead, because it heats up so quickly.
Yeah, I think the other comments on here, people generally disagreeing with that as well. Still don't understand TRVs. My house is cold in every room, including the small rooms. Can I leave it on 5 everywhere? And we replied to that one actually. You can set them. Yeah, you can obviously set them all to 5.
It's a waste of energy.
But what he's saying is every room is cold. So I think what we replied on that said probably what it is either your radiators are undersized
something wrong with heating
or your flow temperature is too low for the size of your radiators. You're probably going to have to increase flow temperature. It's not something we generally advise because obviously increasing flow temperature generally decreases efficiency.
Yeah, some people put their heating, like their flow temperature down to like 60 degrees and things like that. Turn it up to like 75, 80.
Well, yeah, I mean, you can do that, but obviously there's an efficiency trade-off there, right?
Yeah. Do you know, I always find this like quite, it all contradicts itself a bit, because I always think if you have a higher flow temperature, surely the radiators will heat up the room quicker and then shut off. Whereas if you put them down to 60, like, they're like, oh, you're going to save money, but surely like a lower flow temperature going to the radiator is going to take longer to heat up.
It really depends on radiator sizing, mate. Like, if your radiators are sized appropriately, like you can still get the same heat energy out of the radiator at a lower flow temperature, and then lower flow temperature allows the boiler to condense.
Yeah.
And when it operates in condensing mode, it uses less energy and is much more efficient.
Yeah.
So that's why lower flow temperatures are generally preferable.
That's if everything's perfectly sized, like you say.
Yeah, if radiators are sized properly. If your radiators are undersized, then you're going to have an issue with that, and that's the thing that people kind of leave out of that piece of advice. You know, in those types of circumstances. Like if you got undersized rads, especially when it's sort of like -3 degrees outside, like your house ain't going to get to temperature and it's just going to be like running constantly. You're probably going to be whacking up your thermostat thinking that's going to help, but it won't. And you just never getting your room up to temperature, which is obviously a negative. So like you say, in those circumstances, you are better off increasing the flow temperature.
Yeah.
What else we got here then? Any other little tips from people? Electric blanket. Save money on your heating bills. I have no idea whether that would save money or not, but holiday. Go on holiday.
Fan heater.
Go on holiday to save money on your heating bills. I like it. Turn it off. That's a good one. That always works. Nice. Right. Should we take a look at the most pointless plumbing tool?
Yeah.
Yeah? Let's take a look at this one, Callum. So this is obviously the one that got the most comments and the most views and the most kind of little bit of controversy. So let's go through some of these, shall we?
Just quickly, I need to say on this one, I understand why people might have an electric cutter. Like a lot of people were saying on the big commercial stuff, they've got arthritis. Fair enough. The bigger versions, I get it. And also for cutting scrap and stuff, yeah, why not have one? I personally use a recip and just eat through everything with a recip. But I could understand why people do own them. Maybe I was a bit opinionated on that one. I just don't. I've just never needed to have one. And everyone was like gunning me down in the comments, like, wait till you've been doing it this long and you've got arthritis. Well, I have been commercial pipe fitting for 20 years and my wrists are fine. Like I go to the gym a lot. I'm quite a strong guy. And when I'm cutting bigger pipe, I just use the spring-loaded Rothenberg, like 54mm cutter on the stuff like 35 and 28, and it just goes through it like butter. So, yeah, each to their own personal preference and things, but I can understand why some people have them. And, yeah, fair enough to some of the points out there.
Fair point, mate. Yeah. I mean, some people did agree with you. This person here says, couldn't agree more. They're complete junk. By the time you grab it and set it up, you could have cut the pipes 5 times over.
I was talking more about like domestic, like 15mm and stuff. That's where I was getting at. Whereas I can understand people using it on bigger things, like when they're doing massive jobs and stuff. And like someone said on stainless as well. Stainless is quite hard to cut. So yeah, fair enough.
It's definitely a controversial topic. You know,
Yeah,
people
that's what we want, the controversy.
People are arguing with each other in the comments here, aren't they?
Glad the guy is clueless. They are efficient.
What's that one say? Hold on, Callum. The guy's clueless, they're efficient, which in turn saves you time and makes you money. Yeah, I mean, look. At the end of the
fair
day,
enough.
If it saves you time, it saves you time.
I've just never needed one. It's just personal preference.
Yeah,
like,
and also like...
I work fast. I fresh out massive installs, so I've never needed one personally.
Yeah.
It's just my personal thing.
It's an opinion, man.
Yeah,
Personal
exactly.
opinion.
So, but I understand why some people would...
Some people are quite triggered by this.
Yeah, I know people put 12 volts. Do you mean amps? Yes, I know 12 amp per hour battery. 12 amp per hour battery is what I meant. I know they're 12 volt. So, or 18 volt for the bigger ones.
This one's quite funny though. Tape measure can just use string.
Quality.
What's what like this one says mole grips. So some people are saying other pointless tools, right?
I think people would just be sarcastic here, gunning me down, but listen, all for it, man.
I mean, fair one, mate. There's loads.
I should just keep coming out with things that like people love, like why do people use press guns? They're so pointless. Like, what? Get in, boys. When really I use a press.
I tell you what, though,
really I use a press gun for everything.
Sorry to cut you off there, mate. Like, oh yeah, this one I was interested in. This one says the CP. Read that one, will you, please? I can't fucking read today.
The C12 PC is so 2009. It's not a patch on the DES. I can't.
So what's that? Can you enlarge that picture, Callum? Okay, so this guy's basically saying that I think the one on the right is better than the one on the left.
Yeah, well, it looks like
that's a DeWalt one, yeah.
Yeah, and it's a high volt battery, so it's going to be more powerful. Yeah. Whereas the other one's like the little.
So what do we reckon, people in the comments, man? Like, which one's better?
Well,
the DeWalt or the Milwaukee?
The one on the right's better, but you'd be able to get a bigger one in the Milwaukee version that's as good as that.
So it's not a fair comparison.
Yeah, it's not a fair comparison, really.
Oh, got ya.
And we all know Milwaukee's better anyway. We all know what's better.
Do you know what though? Like, I think the comments are pretty evenly split. Like, there's plenty of people saying, yeah, you need them, and there's plenty of people saying you don't. But then when you add in the likes and the saves...
Yeah, I should have been more clear about talking about domestic. A lot of people like are stressing how important and commercial they are, and I get that. And for cutting up scrap, fair enough.
Yeah.
Like, if you had a massive pile of scrap, yeah, great, you could just blast through it with that. I personally just use a recip and just eat through it like butter, but each their own. You know, I respect the comments.
Yeah, fair point. Right, there's some other comments as well that we've got on different platforms, not on TikTok. We haven't got them on the screen, but we've got this one from YouTube. Now, I know this one was meant as an insult, but I don't really see it that way. So Dixie Normus 8 on YouTube said, Dixie Normus said, straight men will make podcasts about literally anything. Terrible. Like, it's supposed to be an insult, but it's like, is it insulting? Like, we are straight men. It's like, it's straight an insult now.
And I know a lot of people have said in other comments, like, this is so boring, but it's something we find interesting, you know, like engineering and heating and stuff. It's what we do for a living, so we're going to talk about
for
it.
Everyone.
Yeah, you haven't got to, if it's not for you haven't got to watch it.
Literally, you know? not everything is for everyone.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? We're clearly not going to be making waves in the gay community, according to Dixie Normus.
You never know.
Well, Dixie Normus says not. So, right. Last up, I got one here from Instagram. You've been challenged on this one, mate.
Whew.
Andre Milwaukee, the national sales manager at Milwaukee Tools, said, "Bring your pipe slice and let's compare with our Inox version."
Well, it's pointless, but Andre Milwaukee, I'm a Milwaukee guy. I literally have everything, like both recips. I have 2 STSs, 3 impact drivers, like the radios, jigsaw circuits. Everything I've got is Milwaukee. I literally have the pack outs. I'm like one of them guys with the trucks that show them off in the videos. Everything Milwaukee. So, yeah, I've got loads of gear.
Yeah, well, I've been chatting to Andre, actually.
But, you know, if you want to come on and show us this pipe slice and change my mind, then maybe I'll take one for free and use it, you know?
Yeah.
You never know.
Well,
you could sway me.
I have actually been chatting to Andre. We connected on LinkedIn.
Yeah.
And he may be coming on. So
that'd be cool. Why not bring some new Milwaukee gadgets, because we all love a power tool, and show off some of the new stuff, and then we can get it out there to the local tradespeople and the trades guys watching, and show off some of your new gear. I know they're always bringing out quirky stuff.
Yeah, and if he can show you that using a what are they called again?
The electric pipe slice
is better.
Then do you know what? If you can change my mind, I'm not a stubborn guy, so I will. If I like it and I'm swayed, then I would openly admit I'm wrong and start using it.
There you go, Andre. Challenge accepted, mate.
Challenge accepted.
No. Maybe not the Inox version, though. I don't know if that...
I think the Inox version's better.
All right.
Yeah, like he's basically saying,
bring them all.
Bring them all. We'll do a thing. Do you know what? What he can do is he can sit there and cut a bit of pipe in like a second, and I'll sit there with my old-fashioned pipe slice, and then I'll admit I'm wrong on camera.
Fair point. Okay, mate. So that's it.
Lovely.
We're done. We're going to end this episode with a question for the audience.
Yeah.
I think you got a question.
Yeah. So installers, gas installers. What are our favourite brands of boilers we're fitting? Like, out the big boys. Ideal, Worcester, Valiant, Baxi, Glowworm. Personally, I'm an Ideal guy. Let's have some comments. What do you prefer? Give us some comments in the comment section, and also click subscribe and like the feed. Your knowledge would be great. Let's have a bit of a debate. What's the best out there? What do we recommend? What do we prefer working on? I know some of these boilers are manufactured so they're hard to get in, and others are nice and easy to strip down, and some are easy to fit and others are harder. So yeah, what's your take? What's your advice?
There you go. Answers in the comments, wherever you're seeing this, and follow or subscribe to stay part of the conversation.